In life, the only true defeat comes from within. Nothing external can conquer you if you refuse to surrender internally. People do not fail solely because the world is harsh. Rather, they often falter because their minds lack the training to confront that harshness. When faced with pressure, only a handful remain level-headed. Too many allow their emotions to dictate their actions, let fear constrict their choices, and allow circumstances to govern their reasoning. However, if you cultivate a mindset as robust as steel, you will not merely endure life's challenges, you will excel in a world that is in a perpetual state of flux. Your mind must be the consistent anchor in your life, unchanging amidst the ever-shifting tides, for it is the birthplace of every action and the foundation of every decision. The quality of your mindset determines the outcomes you experience. A weak mind reacts impulsively, while a strong mind pauses to reflect, weighing its responses with reason and resilience. A clear mind maintains a calmness that, while quiet, is as substantial as a boulder in a raging river. It is common for people to hurriedly attempt to rectify external issues, jobs, relationships, schedules, and conditions, while neglecting the most critical control panel of all, their own thoughts. They seek to alter others and reshape their environment without addressing the persistent thinking that leads them to repeat the same missteps and feelings of helplessness. This is not a sign of weakness. It is merely a result of a mind that has never been properly conditioned. Like a muscle, the mind requires training. Without it, it becomes soft, sluggish, and prone to injury under stress. This message transcends mere surface-level optimism. It speaks to the importance of developing a profound inner stability forged through deliberate effort. You cannot dictate every circumstance that life throws at you, but you can certainly control your reactions. Once you embrace this truth, you reclaim your power. Otherwise, you are entrusting the steering wheel of your life to external influences, emotions, the judgments of others, leading to ongoing suffering. Every external crisis originates from inner discord. A weak mind may flee in panic, react impulsively, or crumble under strain, while a strong mind will observe, dissect, and choose its actions with precision, even when chaos surrounds it. The world does not need you to lose your composure. It needs you to maintain clarity and make sound decisions when everything and everyone around you appears lost. Remaining steady under pressure is not an innate talent, but rather the result of a series of intentional decisions. It involves choosing not to overreact, opting to step back and gain perspective, and refraining from allowing fleeting emotions to derail long-term ambitions. The more you fortify your mind in everyday situations, the less control you will lose in critical ones. Those who wield the most influence and make the wisest choices are often not the loudest voices in the room. Instead, their words possess weight because they emanate from a place of refined inner strength. Calmness is not an inherent trait. It is a skill cultivated through self-regulation and the ability to create space between stimulus and response. That brief moment of pause, whether just a few seconds, holds the potential to alter the trajectory of your entire life. If you continue to react in the same manner, you are simply perpetuating the same outdated outcomes. However, if you pause, assess, and choose a different path, you break the chain of habitual behavior, setting the stage for transformative change. Do not wait for a crisis to learn to control your mind. Start now, even in the smallest of situations. When someone annoys you, when you receive criticism, when you feel overlooked, or when disappointment encroaches. These circumstances provide perfect training grounds for your mental fortitude. If you can remain calm, refrain from speaking in haste, and resist impulsive actions, you are sculpting your brain into a warrior. Not a warrior who fights others, but one who masters the self. The cost of an untrained mind is that you become easily swayed by trivial matters. A fleeting negative comment can derail your day, and a minor setback may diminish your spirit. Yet, a rigorously trained mind remains undisturbed by life's small disruptions. You might notice them, but you do not allow them to dictate your state of being. You can discern between genuine voices and echoes from fear, and you act from your strongest self without needing external validation. If you genuinely aspire to achieve success, not based on superficial accolades but rooted in unbreakable inner strength, you must begin by refining your mindset. This journey requires consistent practice in every scenario, in every fleeting moment, and through countless unseen decisions made daily. Once you gain mastery over your inner world, you have conquered the most vital aspect of your existence. Nothing outside can defeat you anymore. This resilience does not stem from the notion of an easier life. Rather, it emerges from an unshakable ability to navigate chaos smoothly. The tone of your day is often set in the first hour after you awaken. Most individuals allow their minds to be hijacked within those initial minutes, by their phones, messages, news headlines, and unresolved anxieties. Do you know what happens when you start your day in chaos? Your entire day is likely to mirror that same chaotic energy. This is not a sign of carelessness. Rather, it is a failure to act with intention. If you want to cultivate a strong mind, begin in the early morning, before the world has a chance to ensnare you. Set your rhythm deliberately, for if you do not take charge, you will live reactively, responding to everything but your own intentions. Each morning presents an opportunity to prepare your mind and direction, shaping how you engage with the world. Morning is when your brain is most impressionable, teetering between sleep and wakefulness. Every thought and image you encounter influences your subconscious. If you inundate yourself with negative news, social media comparisons, or feelings of anxiety, you are introducing toxins that will dictate your actions throughout the day. Conversely, if you seize this golden hour, just 30 to 60 minutes, you have the power to reset your internal navigation system. This requires decisiveness and proactive engagement. Do not wait for motivation or readiness. Treat each morning as a vital strategic meeting for your life, one that deserves your punctuality and focus. You need not strive for a flawless morning ritual. All it takes is one decisive choice. Avoid reaching for your phone, resist the pull of reactive behavior, and do not absorb random content. Instead, dedicate just a few moments to affirming your intentions to yourself. A simple declaration like, "Today, I will be clear. Today, I will maintain my steadiness." Or, "I will not allow trivial concerns to cloud my mind," can establish discipline in your brain. No grand gestures are necessary, just your full presence and belief in what you declare. By anchoring your mind, you lay the groundwork for sustained neural strength that relies less on external motivation. Each morning acts as your central control room, where you can choose the energy you transmit into the world. By making wise choices in this space, the entire day will align beneath a stable foundation. If you do not choose deliberately, however, you relinquish control to unworthy influences, unread messages, social media distractions, or the fleeting moods of others. Mastering your mornings does not require 10 complicated steps. It only demands 3 essentials. Wake up on time, refrain from touching your phone, and remind yourself why you are awake that day. Winners do not wait to be pushed into action. They initiate their day with intention, laying the groundwork for a systematic approach that begins in stillness, allowing for clear thinking before taking any steps. If you are feeling that your life lacks control, direction, or inspiration, do not seek the answers externally. Instead, reflect on your mornings. The way you wake up reveals the respect you have for yourself. By starting your day with procrastination and mindless consumption, you teach your mind that clarity, discipline, and positive energy are not yours to claim. But if you honor your mornings as sacred time, moments to listen, set intentions, and take charge, you will build an unshakable foundation. You do not need to wake up at 4 a.m. or meditate rigorously. Instead, focus on awakening with the question, where do I want my thoughts to go today? And take even the smallest step in that direction. The significance lies not in the grandeur of your morning, but in your ability to practice the right actions consistently until they take root in your identity. A winning mindset is cultivated not in moments of exuberance, but in the quiet, often mundane moments, when you choose to rise despite wanting to linger in bed, or when you resist the impulse to reach for your phone. Every strong choice fortifies your capacity to live purposefully. If you can master your morning, you gain control over your entire day, and consequently, your life. Do not allow your mornings to drift on autopilot. Reclaim them. Initiate each day with clarity, direct action, and a mind reminded that you are not here to react, but to lead. Every significant victory begins with those silent, unseen choices that you consciously make. You deserve a life shaped not by chaos, but by the mindset you cultivate each morning. The world won't wait for you to be ready before it starts bombarding your mind with noise, false standards, meaningless comparisons, and the insidious message that you are not enough. Without a morning ritual to steady your thoughts, you might find yourself swept away, not due to weakness, but due to a lack of preparation. In a world rife with distractions, maintaining focus is not merely a luxury, it is an essential resource. If you do not actively safeguard your focus, it will inevitably be seized before you ever have a chance to utilize it. Today's distractions are insidious. They do not ask for permission. They simply invade your mental space. I don't need to know your profession, where you live, or the pressures looming in your inbox. Instead, I urge you to scrutinize how you spend those first precious 30 minutes of your morning. This time is not simply a warm-up. It is the crucial moment when you can either reprogram your mind or let it continue along its outdated, habitual paths. A course that has left you feeling fatigued, lost, or aimless for far too long. The painful reality is that many individuals surrender every morning by being too permissive with their phones, their attention, and the distractions that prevent them from first checking in on their own clarity. You do not require more time. You need a new psychological framework to protect those first crucial moments of your day, treating them with the reverence you would extend to a high-stakes meeting. A morning ritual need not be a complex endeavor. It is simply how you remind yourself of your power to steer your life from the first moment you awaken. Grant yourself the freedom to clarify your mind before the world has a chance to obfuscate it. Begin with silence, both external and internal. Do not dwell on deadlines or replay last night's conversations. Instead, sit up straight, close your eyes, and ask yourself a single powerful question. Where do I want to direct my thoughts today? That question ignites the cognitive control center of your brain, halting the automatic patterns of reaction that can distract or overwhelm you and restoring your sense of agency. You are not merely a passenger. You are the one making decisions about your own direction. And that is where true power lies. I understand that there will be mornings when you awaken with a foggy mind and a heart burdened by unresolved thoughts. Ironically, those are the very mornings that necessitate this ritual most. If you wait for the right moment, until you feel ready or uplifted, to adjust your thoughts, it may already be too late. Your morning ritual is not reliant on inspiration. It is a commitment you make to yourself, an act that asserts your role as the navigator of your life, regardless of how you feel internally. You do not need to say much. Simply repeat affirmations that resonate with you, concise thoughts that hold significance for your subconscious. For instance, I maintain a clear mind. I will not let fleeting moments drain my lasting energy. Or, I refuse to replay old narratives that no longer serve me. These affirmations are not meant to artificially induce positivity. They function as a setup, updating your mental operating system to ensure that today is lived with intention, not by chance. As you engage in this practice each morning, your brain will begin to respond differently. It will stop spiraling into chaotic thought patterns and embrace more logical, clear-headed reasoning. The areas of your brain associated with self-regulation, empathy, and strategic thought, which become muted in moments of unconscious reaction, will reawaken as you enter your day as a leader, rather than someone merely being carried along by external circumstances. If you question whether such small adjustments can truly influence your entire day, I present a challenge. Experiment for 7 consecutive mornings without your phone. Spend those 7 mornings sitting with yourself, choosing to embrace 3 simple affirmations. After a week of this practice, you will begin to recognize an unmistakable change. Your mental energy will sharpen, becoming more defined. You will act with purpose rather than flounder in chaos. And most importantly, you will feel less governed by the world around you. You do not necessitate everything to change to achieve clarity. Just a little clarity can initiate profound changes throughout your life. This clarity begins with the actions you take or avoid in those first moments after you wake. If you let others infiltrate your mind before you've even connected with it yourself, you concede your position as the owner of your thoughts. Conversely, if you consciously reset your mindset each morning via your own ritual, you engage in a vital practice that many overlook: mastering yourself before you take on the world. This is not merely a ritual. It is a silent declaration that you choose to live by your own standards. Uphold that attitude in silence, and nothing in the noisy external world can disrupt your inner peace. Focus is not a luxury. It is a valuable asset that, if not protected, can be taken from you before you even have a chance to make use of it. In today's world, distractions do not steal your time through force. They do so by subtly infiltrating your consciousness, and they do it silently and without your consent. Take back your mornings, reclaim your focus, and lead intentionally into each new day. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with more motivational content. Like, share, and comment to support our work and spread the message.